Hey guys, James at Kartz-N-Fartz. So I'm doing a little mobile repair and I've got a customer that has a bad MCOR. So I'm sure there's other videos out there, but I'm gonna show you how I diagnosed it. Really, I just drove it down the road and it was surging. So then I plugged up my Kartz handheld scanner, which I know everybody doesn't have one, but I'll show you how that looks. So what I did was I plugged up my scanner. Let's go back to the home. So that's your home screen. There's a little scanner port right up there. I did put the forward reverse switch in neutral. I went over to, you can just kind of scan around. I went over to monitor, select, went down to throttle, go over. Now, watch this throttle. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna gently accelerate this, and it should be just a very smooth arc. Now, as I'm going down, I'm not letting off. See how it's bouncing back and forth? It shouldn't be bouncing back and forth. So I'm 3/4 of the way down. And this is the signal that it's giving the computer for the power. Okay, so that is wide open right there. I'm just holding it, and you can see that it's bouncing. Well, it was bouncing around. There it goes. So the MCOR, which is underneath this panel right here, is bad. So now we need to take up the floor mat and grab the MCOR, which is on the side of the pedal. All right, so this is what my new MCOR looks like. I'm a little picky on MCORs. I've used some cheap ones off Amazon. They don't seem to do the job. They give problems very shortly. So this is actually an MCOR 4. This is an OEM club car, and I always go down to the club car dealer to buy it. So you'll start by taking these 4 screws off. I'm gonna slide back this side panel and I'm gonna pull the floor mat. Now that I got the floor mat out the way, the next step is to pull this brake access cover. I just stick my finger down there, and that's a push pin. So you don't wanna lose that little Christmas tree. And when I'm done, I put it up here just so I make sure I don't lose it. And we're gonna do a little bit of cleaning, get this mess out of the way, but the MCOR is plugged in right there. So next step, I need to take these screws out. These 2 go into plastic. These 2 over here are gonna be a little tougher. They're probably about that long, and they actually go into the aluminum frame. So we need to take those 4 out, and it should lay aside. And hey guys, I didn't mention at the beginning, but be sure to cut your run tow switch off. All right, so those come out pretty easy. So I didn't mention, but these are Torx. I use a Torx 30. I think a Torx 35 will actually work even better on these larger ones, but you can see how they're shorter. They just go into the plastic tub. But a Torx 30 works good. This whole pedal assembly should, yep, there it is. It should come loose. Now I'm gonna need 2 hands because even these long ones right here, they're self-tapping into the frame. But let me get 2 hands and get this thing. Well, I can do it right now. Sometimes they're loose. Now let me tell you, when I actually sold this cart. I built it. When I build carts, and I got this off one of the guys, I think he's in California, he's on YouTube, but I always spray these things down with WD-40 because you never know one day when you need to pull this up, and they may call on you, and those things are rusted down. They will corrode down. So anyway, these came out really good, and I'm actually in a coastal community right now, so you know, it's very easy for them to rust up. But let me get that out with 2 hands and get that pedal. All right, I did get them out, and so that's how long they are. So that's what they look like. I have run across where these things the heads of them will rust off, and if it does, the best thing to do is just either cut them off with a side grinder or drill them off. Once you get the heads off, they will actually stick up enough where you can grab it with a pair of vice grips and back it the rest of the way out, and your club car dealer can get you these. So this one also has a brake kit, so I took the spring off for the brake plunger for the brake lights, and now I just tilted it to the side. You can see the old MCOR. So we're going to unplug that. We're going to take that set screw off right there. Be sure to put it back. It snaps in with 2 other little snaps. You got one there and one there. So when I clip those 2 in, I still want to be absolutely sure to use that set screw. If you don't, it will come off. So not sure what size that is, about a T15 or T20, but let's go ahead and get that. Hey guys, that was a T20 is the size, and my cordless drill right there with that extension is fine. So it's going to take another 2 hands, but I wanted to show you. So if you look at the new one, can you see the little tab? So that is what is inside or clipped onto this housing. So I'm gonna have to take 2 hands, push it in. I might even use the help of a little screwdriver. Push it in enough where it comes up on one angle and then pop the other. All right, I just kind of pushed it in. I felt it go in. Now I'm just gonna wiggle it back and forth, and there it goes, comes straight out. So you can see where they clip into, and that will only fit, that little double D will only fit one way. So this was junk. Let's put our brand new one in. All right, guys, I got the pedal group back together. Got those tightened down. I'm gonna take my little brake access cover, my little Christmas tree push in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the floor mat back on here and take it for a test drive. And before I even do that, I may take my scanner and I'll show you how smooth that acceleration should be registering. And also, by the way, I didn't show this on the video, but it did have a throttle fault code. And again, if you don't have the scanner, it's gonna be hard to see that, but it did show a throttle fault code. All right, so I'm gonna cut my run switch back on. Got my scanner plugged up. It's going through its cycle. Let's make sure that I am in neutral. Yep, I'm in neutral. Let's go down to monitor. Go down to throttle. All right, so now as I accelerate, and those are not OSHA approved shoes, by the way. As I accelerate, let's see if I've got a smooth throttle. So I'm easing it on down to the floor. It's not jumping back and forth like it was earlier. 100% that MCOR had an issue. Now easing down to the floor, just trying to go as smooth as I can. And I'm looking for it to bounce back and forth. And there's wide open. Come back, you can do the same thing as I'm letting off. Make sure it doesn't jump up higher. All right, so I'm satisfied. Now it's time to, I'm gonna do a couple of little small things. I'm gonna clean some battery cables off and set a front end alignment and take it for a test drive. Okay guys, just got back from a test drive. It's running great. So again, I know everybody can't afford those $600-700 controllers, but if you've got a buddy with one, or you know you're having problem diagnosing a surge in it, I mean 90% of the time it's that MCOR. Like I said, please pay attention to this. Buy an OEM MCOR. I know you can buy a lot of stuff off Amazon and it seems a lot cheaper, and I'll just try it. Well, go ahead, but you're gonna end up coming back to an OEM, and I'm sure my guys will give me a thumbs up on that. So anyway, thanks again for tuning in this little MCOR replacement. I'm gonna do a couple of little maintenance things once a year. I'm gonna check the alignment, replaced a couple cables. So just routine stuff, but these club cars are very good machines. So again, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, I am your eco battery supplier, also a Steeling dealer, Red Hawk, Double Take. I do a lot of stuff. So log into my online store at Kartz-N-Fartz.com. If you got any questions, you know, feel free to comment. I check those about once a week, sometimes more often, but be glad to help you out. So anyway, y'all guys be safe.